What's up, Pete Sweeney here, your Emerald Coast relocation expert. If you are planning to move into Pensacola, you might want to watch this video because we're going to go over some stuff that might deter you from moving here. Let's go. Let's break in this video. So we're going to kind of go over some stuff that you might want to consider if you are moving here and stuff that might deter you from moving into Pensacola. We're here with Trent, one of our team experts here. So he's going to bring in some insight in regards to growing up here and then also being an expert of real estate in the area. So first thing we're going to cover why you might not want to move here is the fact that it is a tourist town. And we were actually kind of talking about this, Trent, how the beaches are horrible to get to if you are living here because the tourists are coming to Pensacola Beach.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The beaches are absolutely beautiful, but people have discovered it. So in the thick of the summer, you know, June, July, August, it's going to be hard to get out there. If you're going out there on a weekend, you're going to want to get up 6, 7 in the morning, maybe get out there, avoid the traffic, maybe invest in a boat. It's the quickest way to get out there for sure. But either way, it's worth it. It's just something to prepare for.
And so another thing that I kind of didn't think about is Pensacola Beach obviously will have the tourism. What about downtown Pensacola, which is kind of where we're standing right now?
Yeah, downtown Pensacola has a lot to offer too, and what I actually like to do is in the thick of the summertime, that's when I'll hit downtown.
Yeah.
You know, there'll still be things going on, but you'll have room down there. A lot of people will be out at the beach, so it's a great time to hit downtown. Multiple festivals going on down there. Crawfish Festival is my favorite. I believe that's in May.
Yep.
But yeah, a lot to do downtown, a lot to see, and you know, not too far from the beach if you want to try to do a little bit of both.
I can only imagine. I've only done crawfish boils in Colorado. I'm sure it's a completely different story here, considering the fact that this is more like the South, and you guys probably blow us away altogether. So.
Oh yeah, everyone's got their own recipe, but all basically the same thing. You know, whatever you throw in that boil is going to come out great. Goes well with beer too.
Awesome. The second reason why you might not want to move into Pensacola is obviously the hurricanes. This is the one that's brought up most often when we are talking to people who relocate into Pensacola. Ian was the most recent one that we thought was going to hit Pensacola. It went down into Tampa, and actually we have a short-term rental over there that got affected a little bit. It wasn't too bad. There was also Sally in 2020 and Ivan in 2004. And I mean, tell us a little bit about in 2004 what you experienced having that hurricane here.
Yeah, I was here for Hurricane Ivan. That one was brutal.
Yeah.
It took out power, took out water, a lot of flooding in the area. And I think one of the hardest parts, you know, the storm itself is bad, but what you got to really prepare for is the 2 weeks to follow.
Yeah.
I was sleeping on a couch bed in my driveway with my roommates because of the slight breeze we could get. It was the only airflow available.
Geez. Oh man.
But we got through it. You know, we weren't able to go to work during that. Something else you got to plan for. We ended up just seeing, you know, how we could help people in their yards, earning how we could, you know, until everything kind of was back up and rolling. But definitely a challenging period, but on a positive note of it, it brings a lot of people together. Everyone's in the same boat with that. You know, working together, helping each other out, lots of neighborhood barbecues because you got to cook up all the freezer food.
Well, and another thing we were kind of talking about is the fact that it's like super key to have a backup generator here, possibly an air conditioning unit that goes in your window. So kind of having those prepper style things in place, that way if you do have a hurricane, you are prepared. So it's not as brutal as, say, you wouldn't have those things.
Definitely, yeah. Generators, gasoline, propane, ice. Ice is huge.
Oh, man.
If you, anywhere you could put it, definitely.
Okay. The third reason why you might not want to move to Pensacola is it's not South Florida. There's so many times that people are like, hey, I'm in Florida. This is what it is. It's a sunshine state. It's the same all around. That's not exactly the case. We have a property, like I mentioned, down near Tampa, and it is so much different down there. You have a lot more hot weather than you do here in Pensacola, where Pensacola, I mean, it's a little bit more seasonal, right?
Absolutely. You know, you could look at it either way. I don't know if it's a downside or not. To me, I like having a season.
Yep.
And we're not going to get hit with snow, but we are going to fluctuate temperatures in the wintertime.
Yep.
You know, we'll get down to 30s, maybe even high 20s. So it does happen. It gives a nice holiday season around here, but no, we are not running that consistent 70 to 80 degrees.
Yeah, so don't be expecting no Florida Keys style weather here, right? So when you're moving here, you're going to have those seasons. It might be one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm going to enjoy that, or no, I'd rather be in the sun all the time, all day, every day. The fourth reason why you might not want to move to Pensacola is the cockroaches. And I'm going to tell you, I haven't experienced it too much. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a problem. When you're outside of Florida and other states, people are always saying, oh my gosh, the bugs are huge in Florida. You got all these cockroaches. I haven't seen it that much. I mean, kind of tell me your experience, Trent.
Yeah, similar. You know, I mean, the occasional one here and there, maybe it'll surprise you around the trash can, but I am not sitting on the couch watching them run through the living room.
Yeah.
Funky towel, towel's got the fun.
now.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a concern, but if you do not like cockroaches, you might want to stay away from Pensacola. If it's not that big of a deal, then it might not be that big of a deal. The fifth reason why you might not want to move into Pensacola are sinkholes. And this is another one of those things, when you do not live in Florida and you do not experience what Florida is like, you might hear about it all the time. And I know that we have our other property in Tampa. We were told like constantly, you got to get sinkhole insurance. There are some sinkholes here, but it's not near as bad as say mid or southern Florida.
Yeah, I've never had any kind of deal where it's been requiring sinkhole insurance.
Yep.
You know, we've got that one report from 2021 that I know about. Other than that, I haven't really heard of any issues with sinkholes in this area.
Yeah, guys, and this is why it's so key having experts who are in the area, because you constantly hear all this hearsay when you're living outside of Florida. So when you have an expert who's experienced the area, who grew up in the area, that's why it's so important when you're purchasing a house here in the state of Florida. And so real quick on that, guys, if this is content that you really enjoy and that you really want to follow, why don't you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. That way you're notified every single time that we put out a brand new video. Also, if you are planning on purchasing real estate in the state of Florida, more specifically the Emerald Coast, give us a call on that phone number right below right there. Give us a call, give us a text. Doesn't matter day or time. The sixth reason why you might not want to move to Pensacola is the fact that it is so red. And by red, I mean conservative. I came from Colorado where it was super progressive, right? And so here it's almost the exact opposite, where you have pretty much red all across the board. You have people who a lot of people don't agree with in office, and so something to kind of look forward to. We actually had a client one time who was telling us about that, how she didn't like the fact that her neighbors had a DeSantis sign in the front yard. So it all depends on where your views are with this, but it's just something to kind of keep an eye out for. If you are planning on moving here and it being something like California, you're definitely going to be blindsided. The seventh reason why you might not want to move into Pensacola is the fact that there are no major sport teams. Guys, I'm from Denver, okay? So I'm always used to being next to the Broncos, Nuggets, Rockies, Avalanche, all within a quick drive, and be able to tailgate whenever I want to. It doesn't matter what season. You're not going to get that here in Pensacola.
Yeah, absolutely right. There's a couple of minor league teams around here, but if you're going for the big leagues, I'd say minimum we're looking 3 hours to New Orleans, about 5 hours to Atlanta, and about 6 to Jacksonville. You know, there's also obviously Tampa and Miami, but we're kind of a hybrid for major league sports. Now, you know, a little bit of everything.
And we were kind of talking about this on the way over here, how they have the Wahoo Stadium over here, and you have a minor league hockey team. Tell us a little bit about that, so someone at least has something to do instead of major sports.
Yeah, definitely. There are things going on. We've got a beautiful stadium down here on the bay, minor league baseball. They do other events inside the stadium, and then over here at the Bay Center, they have the minor league hockey team, the Ice Flyers. So there are things to do. There are sports to go see. Also, big college sports town in general.
There you go.
So you know, lots of places to drive to, but not necessarily in the heart of Pensacola are we going to have access to a lot of that stuff.
The eighth reason why you might not want to move into Pensacola is if you have that specialty diet eaten out. Listen, when I lived in Colorado, we were constantly helping clients who moved into Colorado because of how important the specialty diets were to them. Not so much here in Pensacola. My wife is a glutard. She's one of those people who cannot have gluten. It's not a choice. When we came here and we asked for a burger without a bun, they gave us a crazy look like we didn't know what the hell we were talking about.
Yeah, I can relate. My wife's a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I'm about opposite, so you know it's tough for us to find a place for both of us. There are a few spots,
Yep.
You know, that we'd be happy to disclose to you.
Oh, of course.
You know, that you can go and you can be gluten-free, that you can go be a vegetarian, but there's not a lot of options for it. There'll be a lot of repeat visits. I luck out because my wife does eat fish.
There you go. Perfect.
Plenty of that.
Yeah, there's plenty of fish here. Well, actually, now we're talking about the fish. Why don't you mention that fish market you were talking about?
Oh man, Joe Patty Seafood is my favorite. If you're looking for right off the boat, you can go down to Joe Patty Seafood, take a number, get in line, but be ready. They don't mess around down there. When they call your number, be ready to go and know what you want. And if you're going during any kind of a holiday, get up early, get in there.
All right, perfect. All right, the ninth and final thing that we're going to be discussing is the rain season here. The first time that my wife and I flew into Pensacola, we actually experienced one of these rainstorms. It was insane. We've never had anything like that back in Colorado. You could barely see in front of you, and it happens quite often. Is that true?
It does. We do get a lot of rain down here. Plenty of sunshine to make up for it, but the rain season is no joke, and when it comes down hard. It can happen fast, but it can change fast too. So even though your morning may be rainy, don't cancel your plans in the afternoon.
Yep. There you go, guys. We threw some reasons out there why you might not want to live or move to Pensacola. So if you do like this content, we ask you one more time to help grow this channel, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and little thumbs up. That way you're notified every single time we put out a brand new video. One more time, we're going to throw that phone number in below. Give us a call, give us a text if you are planning on purchasing real estate with the experts in the area, Pensacola, Florida. And until next time, we love you. See ya.